I'm going to ask my photographer to push in tight on your face.
Okay.
Our viewers can read your expression. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No. He was like one of my good friends.
You know, every word we broadcast of this is going to be scrutinized by the blogosphere, the Twitter sphere, and so on.
Yes, sir. It should be. And I want everybody to know the truth. And I mean, they can ridicule me and they can say whatever they want, but in the end, the truth will prevail. And everybody will find that me and my brother have been innocent and always will be innocent.
Did you see Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir, not at any point during that day.
Where were you?
I was in class. First block, second block, third block, and fourth block.
Close to the gym?
No.
Did you see Kendrick that day?
No. I did not.
Good morning, graveyard shift. Good morning from me and the bags under my eyes. Y'all, as you can see, it is 6 a.m. and I am up. I'm about to drive 3.5 hours from Atlanta, Georgia to Valdosta, Georgia. There's a case that I've been following for years, and you guys have been emailing me consistently about. And today's the day that I'm going to drive to Valdosta and try to connect with the spirit of a student who tragically lost his life at school, and the case just hasn't thoroughly been solved, at least according to the friends, family, and parents of the gentleman that we're going to go visit. So this might be a touching or emotional session. I'm not sure what's going to make of it, but I do know that it all starts with this 3-hour journey at 6 o'clock in the morning. Catch you on the road, family. Love, love, love.
Tonight, Victor Blackwell has exclusive information, some disturbing new evidence, photos and videos that only raise more questions. And we do want to warn you, some of the video you're about to see is graphic, difficult to watch. Here's Victor's report.
It's the only video shot inside the Lowndes High School gym the day 17-year-old Kendrick Johnson was found dead. And with his parents' approval, we're showing it for the first time. Lowndes County, Georgia investigators say Kendrick's death was a tragic accident, that he climbed onto these rolled gym mats to reach for this shoe at the center of one mat, slipped, got stuck upside down, and died. County officials say the blood in this photo spilled after Kendrick's heart had stopped pumping hours after he had died. But Kendrick's parents say the photo and the video show something else.
There's enough evidence to show that Kendrick was murdered.
CNN has exclusively obtained the 15-minute video and nearly 700 photos of the scene taken by Lowndes County investigators. And for the first time, Kendrick's parents, Kenneth and Jacqueline Johnson, are ready to look at them, including these pictures of orange and black gym shoes investigators found just yards from Kendrick's body.
Did these shoes belong to Kendrick?
No.
When you look at these shoes that were at the scene, what stands out to you?
The blood on the shoe.
But investigators say tests show the stains are something other than blood, so the shoes were not collected as potential evidence.
I don't understand why.
CNN took the photos to independent private investigator and former FBI special agent Harold Kopis.
If you were on this scene, would this have been something you would have left?
No. Bag and tag.
There's no indication investigators ever even looked for the owner of the shoes or this hooded sweatshirt found a few feet from Kendrick's body.
And if you look real close, there's something on this particular cuff. And then the question is, was it blood? Did you test it?
According to the crime lab report, no.
They know something happened in that gym, and they don't want it to come out.
For the Johnsons, there's no stronger indicator than this photo. It's of what appears to be blood dripping down a wall. Here's what Lowndes County Lieutenant Stride Jones told CNN about that wall in May.
And we tested it, and it was blood. Now, we did DNA testing, and it was not the blood of Kendrick Johnson.
If it wasn't Kendrick blood, whose blood was it?
Did you ever find out who it was or any involved?
No, as of now, we haven't, no. But it doesn't appear to be related to our crime in any way.
What do you think about the decision not to test it further?
you can't explain it. If you're running the crime scene, then you're going to say that's potential evidence. Obviously, we're going to check this out and find out who does it belong to.
This is an athletic gym. I mean, obviously, this is where they conduct various athletic classes and instructions at.
A kid couldn't have scraped their knee or arm or something and got that much blood on the wall.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 impacts.
The opinion of our crime scene personnel, after looking at it closely, the blood appeared as it had been there for an extended period of time. It didn't appear to be very fresh.
School gym. There is no way that they would allow whoever was supposed to clean this gym to leave that blood on that wall.
And there's the question, why was there no blood where they expected to see lots of blood? Remember the photo of that shoe investigators say was inches below Kendrick's head? Look at it again.
If he was inside the mat, reaching for that shoe, inside this tube, reaching for the shoe, and the shoe is beneath him, why isn't that shoe covered with blood?
And what do you think about that shoe not being covered with blood? Do you?
It was placed there.
Hey,
Sheriff Prime? Hi. Victor Blackwell, CNN.
Chris Prime.
The Sheriff's Department has denied a cover-up, but we took the Johnsons' concerns to Lowndes County Sheriff Chris Prime.
Got some questions about the Kendrick Johnson case.
I'm not going to discuss that with you.
Why not, sir?
Because our case is closed.
The family has some concerns about why some things were not taken into evidence. There was blood on the
I'm
wall.
not going to discuss the case with you.
And why is that?
Because I don't want to.
Then, less than a minute after he'd invited us in,
What did you not understand that I said? I'm through talking to you.
he ushered us out.
Thank you, Sheriff Prime.
I don't believe this was an accident. I think this young man met with foul play.
The Justice Department is reviewing the pictures and the video to decide if it'll launch a federal investigation into Kendrick's death. But for Kendrick's father, the evidence is clear.
Someone murdered him. They should be in jail. They are covering it up. They should be in jail.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. So the former FBI agent says that the crime scene was contaminated. How so?
Well, Harold Copus says that it's crime scene 101, that when you're on a scene investigating, you wear the shoe protectors. Those are the blue booties you see on the crime shows on television. Well, look at these pictures. You can see here that these investigators are not wearing the shoe protectors, and it's not so much to protect the scene, rather to protect your shoes, but it's to protect the scene from anything you could track in. And Copus says because they're not wearing those protectors, this scene was obviously contaminated.
And clearly, you tried to talk to the sheriff there. They clearly didn't want to talk. Is there anyone tied to the investigation who is willing to talk?
Well, we went to speak with the superintendent of Lowndes County Schools, Wes Taylor, and we asked him about the blood on the wall and how long it had been there. Also, I mean, if the theory is true that he slipped into these mats after climbing onto the bleacher to get the shoe, are the mats still there? His answer to most of our questions: we are cooperating with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. He wouldn't go further than that.
You would think someone who works at that school would either be able to say, oh yeah, I remember when a student, bled all over the wall in 6 different places, or not. It'd be interesting to hear if they've been talked to. What about the Department of Justice? Where are they in the status of their investigation?
The U.S. Attorney in Macon, who covers this district, his name is Michael Moore, and we've spoken with him several times, and each time he says that he is reviewing the information from the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office, and he is going to work to decide if he will open a criminal investigation. Now, just a few weeks ago, we heard from the Civil Rights Division. They've said that they will not open an investigation through their department, but it still could be opened as a criminal investigation. Michael Moore says he could come up with that decision in a week or in a month. He doesn't feel rushed. He wants to make sure that he gets it right. Kendrick's body was exhumed. His parents paid for an independent autopsy, and the pathologist found evidence of apparent non-accidental blunt force trauma to the neck. But it's also what the pathologist did not find that shocked the family.
Organs, the heart, lungs, liver, etc., were not with the body.
What was in the place of the organs?
Newspaper.
After months of protests and demands for answers, an announcement by the U.S. Department of Justice.
I am of the opinion that a sufficient basis exists for my office to conduct a formal review of the facts and investigation surrounding the death of Kendrick Johnson.
No matter who you are, how much money your parents have, the color of your skin, everyone deserves justice. Everyone.
Well, Victor Blackwell joins me now from Atlanta. So Kendrick Johnson's family exhumed their son's body, trying to get some answers about his death, only to learn his organs were missing. I don't understand how the state investigation doesn't offer any explanations. I mean, somebody removed this young man's organs. Somebody's lying.
Well, they said that there was an investigation. You'll remember that we reported on this show back in early October that when Kendrick Johnson's body was exhumed for that second autopsy, his organs were not with the body, and that started this investigation 3 months ago. And I want to remind people which each side says. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which did the first autopsy, says they put the organs back into Kendrick Johnson's body, closed the body, sent it to Harrington Funeral Home. The funeral home says the organs never came with the body, but they take it a step further. The funeral home says that GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, discarded the organs because they were destroyed through some natural process that Harrington still has not explained. But late today, we now have a copy of this letter that was sent to the Johnsons. It's from the Funeral Services Board. Only CNN has it. And I want to read just the line in the conclusion here. The board has exhausted all available investigative avenues at its disposal, and no determination could be made whether the organs were transferred to the funeral establishment with the body. There was this 3-month investigation, which by law is secret and behind closed doors. They just, at the end of the investigation, come out with what the decision is, and in this case, no action.
Well, I mean, the body was also stuffed with newspaper. So, I mean, again, somebody's lying. Either somebody who did the original autopsy didn't include the organs in the body, or there's someone at the funeral home did something with the organs and stuffed it with newspaper. I mean, somebody's not telling the truth.
Well, the funeral home here has never denied stuffing the body with newspaper, although we spoke with leaders of the industry at Mortuary Sciences, and they say either it's something they've never heard of or it's something that's not in line with standard practices. Now, the manager and the owner of Harrington Funeral Home, Antonio Harrington, would not speak with us on camera, but he allowed his attorney, Roy Copeland, to speak with us. And in the defense of the funeral home stuffing the cavity with newspaper, he cited a 25-year-old guide for embalming in which it suggests that when the organs are absent, you use sawdust or cotton. Now, that's a 25-year-old version. A more recent version got rid of sawdust. But here's my exchange in the months since this has come to light with that attorney, Roy Copeland. Watch.
I'm told we don't have that exchange. So
let me tell you what he said, though, because I have it here. Again, the book says either cotton or sawdust, and I highlight that newspaper is not one of them. He says it's absolutely not one of them, nor is it precluded as one type of foreign substance that may be introduced into a body for purposes of building up for display. Essentially, it doesn't say we can't use newspaper. And that's what the state says. It's not best practices, but it's not a violation. Again, with the newspaper, no action from the state.
So again, at the end of this investigation, in addition to his family not knowing how he died or why he died, they just got to accept the fact that somebody took out his organs and did away with them, even though they maybe had some relevance to the cause of death, and they're not going to get any more answers on that.
Well, you know, we spoke with several former members of the FBI and asked, well, is it possible that there could be a third autopsy? You've got the competing ones from the state and the independent pathologist. Would the FBI want their own? It was possible, but now without the lungs that would have actually showed some evidence of positional asphyxia, which was the diagnosis from the state, or the tissue from the jaw, which was the diagnosis of blunt force trauma to the neck from the independent pathologist, it's no point in exhuming his body for a second time for that third autopsy. They'll have to rely on the reports and the photographs and the slides from those two pathologists.
What's up, Graveyard Shift family? So I am here at the Sunset Hill Cemetery in Valdosta, Georgia. Now, this is the part that you typically don't see when I shoot these shifts, because it's just typically the hardest part, which is I always talk about finding the resting area of the person that's resting. So, Kendrick Johnson is buried somewhere out there. So the information that I do have is a picture I have of his mother standing behind his headstone with seemingly a tree near her, and in the background it looks like maybe a building. with some sort of like shingled roof. So my goal was to just try to match the positioning of that building in that tree to see if I can kind of sort of maybe find his resting area. So in doing so, I found what seems to be the shingled building. It seemed to be a road that she was standing next to and a lining of trees. So I'm assuming with those three landmarks, it would be somewhere over here. So that's where we're walking to now. Now, we are walking to go speak to Mr. Kendrick Johnson. But before we start, I must say, and I must give a disclaimer. Yes, I, Dalen Spratt, would love to speak to Kendrick Johnson right now. But that does not mean that we will speak to Kendrick Johnson. I just got to give you a disclaimer, man. Hey, man, listen. Got to give you a disclaimer. Got to give you a disclaimer, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people have been getting sued in regards to this Kendrick case. And as bad as I want to, you know, just I guess I don't know my intentions. I guess I don't know what my intentions are, what I want to get out of this conversation, because I'm not trying to be a vigilante. I'm not trying to be a crime solver. I'm not trying to be that. My whole objective is just to give a voice to those who seem to be voiceless, and that are those people that are resting on the other side. So it's really just what they want to say. So I don't know. So I don't know what that person may want to say. But it's just my job to ask questions and listen, y'all. So I say that to say, this is for entertainment only. Do not sue your boy. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know what they about to say. I am just a brother holding a spirit box. That is it, y'all. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. A brother holding a spirit box who's asking questions. Please, I am not accusing anybody of anything. I am just going based off the story that I have researched and that I have heard. So, with all that being said, let's try to find Kendrick. So this seems to be in the background, the building that's in that photo. This seems to be a road, and this seems to be the tree line. So I would assume it's walking this tree line to find Mr. Johnson. But y'all, that's my biggest concern and my biggest fear is just we are dabbling with the unknown right now. And this case is very much so still going on with the family and with people. And to be honest, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, y'all. This is the inner dialogue that I'm having, and I'm just bringing y'all along with me. Usually, as I'm walking, searching, I wouldn't be even having the camera rolling, but I don't even know if I'm gonna use this footage, so but whatever. My point is, this is what makes me nervous about what we're doing. Is I just don't want the responsibility of answers being given through me. You feel me? Some car coming. Oh no. Yeah. How you doing? Here's that same tree line. Tree, headstone, building in the background. And I'm assuming these tire tracks are from people coming here to visit because they literally come straight to Kendrick's resting area right here. So I'm assuming all the times that they had to come exhume, like maybe that's why all this ground is just like right here by his resting area. It seems to be just disturbed. Like you have your pavement, and it's just all of this here, and it's more pavement. This is Kendrick Johnson. It just sucks that they literally had to exhume his body like 2 or 3 times. So this ground has been disturbed. You can tell, like, like the ground is softer, like there's no grass really. You can just tell that that ground here has been disturbed a few times. Look at the ring. Just the color of dirt around it. Like you can just tell. It's not like all the other places in the field. Kendrick Johnson. Let's set up. All right, Graveyard Shift family. We are here at the resting site of the young man Kendrick KJ Johnson. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. You ever just get one of those circumstances where it just feels like everything is trying to stop you from doing something? It's like the speaker stops working now. It's not connecting to the iPad. So I want you to be able to hear. So I'm gonna have to do this session a little bit differently. It's windy out here. Kendrick just deserves literally every bit of effort that we can give to have this conversation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna step out of frame and have the iPad speaker right next to the microphone so you can hear the responses. So you'll probably just hear my questioning, but you'll get to see Kendrick, the clouds moving by, and just the scenery, but you might not see me as much in the questioning. But what I want to also do is I want to introduce the REM pod, y'all. I want to introduce the REM pod. Yeah, you just never know. You just never know. You just never know. So I'm going to place this REM pod out here on Kendrick's stone. And if he's here, it just provides another way that we can, you know, communicate with him, just in case the REM pod isn't doing enough. Now, again, as I'm setting up, I have to set a disclaimer. I usually don't do videos like this with people who are freshly entered or cases are still ongoing, just because I don't know how it'll be received by the family, by the loved ones. But for some reason, I've been compelled to try to speak to Kendrick. I've been received a lot of emails in regards to his story. I've been following his story for years. I just never thought I would have the opportunity to come visit. So in my mind, I would love to connect with Kendrick and just, you know, have a conversation with him and see his perspective. But in my disclaimer for the channel, this is solely for entertainment. I am not saying I am communicating with Kendrick. It could be anybody or anything or nothing at all. Kendrick, my name is Dalen. And what I do is I come to resting communities and I try to speak to those who may not have been spoken to in a very long time, man. I've read your story, man. I'm very familiar with it. I've heard the interviews. I've seen your parents speaking on you. Man, it's been a fight that's been going on since 2013, brother. The world just wants to know what happened to you. Very few people know, or a lot of people know, and they're just doing very well at covering it up. But there's a big conspiracy, Kendrick, and your family wants to know, man. Was it an accident, or were you harmed? That's where we want to go with this story. We want to know what happened. Feel free to speak to us. I'm going to put this little machine on top of your headstone. And all you have to do is put your energy anywhere around this antenna. and it will sound off, and it will let me know that you're here, and you can communicate with me. Like if I ask you a question, like, hey Kendrick, are you here? You can literally come anywhere around this antenna and it will light up, and that will let me know that you're here. So, I mean, we can try that right now just to see if it works. Kendrick, are you here with me? Yeah, let's put it a little bit closer. All right, Kendrick. Are you here with me, brother? Again, all you have to do is touch the antenna on this device. It will not hurt or harm you. It just lets me know that you are here and present. Kendrick, can you light up the machine for me? Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it here respectfully. It's nothing more than a battery with a casing and an antenna. So it's not disrespectful at all. Again, it just lets me know that you're here. And to the family of Kendrick, if this video comes across your desk, please know that I come in peace, love, and respect. I know y'all want answers, and I do too. This is just the only thing that I know that I can do to maybe try to assist. But it is for entertainment purposes only, just in case anybody out there want to get frisky on the lawsuits. But nah, to the Johnson family again, this is my shot at helping. So Kendrick, again, you can speak to me two ways, through this and through this iPad. While the wind isn't blowing as much. Let me get over here. All right. Kendrick, my name is Dalen. Are you here with me? Did it say Tuesday? Today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, August the 6th. Okay. Can you tell me your name, please? Rosemary. So Rosemary and Shauna are here, two of our guides. Okay. Kendrick, are you here? Hold on. My bad, y'all. That lady that just walked by, this lady that was in a car, I don't know if she came here to see Kendrick or someone else and I'm just in the way. I'm gonna let her do my thing. I'm gonna keep doing mine. Okay, can I please speak to Kendrick? Okay. I'm gonna ask one more time. Kendrick, are you here? Okay. Kendrick, why won't you touch the light on the machine that I have on your headstone? Can you touch it for me? Okay. Well, if you feel like doing it at any point, feel free. Okay. So Kendrick, everybody wants to know, man, do you remember what happened to you that day at school? Said tragic. Very much so. Was it an accident? No. Can you tell me what happened that day? Did you have an altercation with anyone? It sounded like you said you fell and you hit your head on something. You hit your head on some stairs. And then what happened? So how'd you fall and hit your head on the stairs? You said people you were cool with? Y'all, the REM pod's going off. Did y'all hear the REM pod going off? It's lighting up. Kendrick, can you make it go off again, please? I'm gonna leave the camera rolling. But yeah. No, ma'am, you're fine. How you doing today? Good. Do y'all see it? Can y'all hear it going on? I see it going on. It's not the wind that made the REM pod go off, y'all. As soon as that woman got right next to us, the REM pod went off. Hold on, let me let the wind die down. There we go. Can y'all hear that? That's the REM pod going off. It's not the wind. The wind would be making it go off consistently if it was the wind. Kendrick, can you make it go off one more time for me, buddy? It's lighting up. Yeah, but can you make it? The wind. seem to be hanging around your resting area. Does she come here often? Getting something good. We was almost there. Hold on. I'm trying to let the wind die down so we can get back to it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's get to it. Let's get back to it. So Kendrick, we was at a very interesting point in the conversation. You started speaking to us through the REM pod as well. So what happened? So do you know who hurt you? So you said you fell and hit your head on the stairs. Was it an accident? You said play? Who was involved with the accident? Can you tell me the name of the person you were playing with? Grandpa going off. But look, the lady's right there. Every time that lady gets on like the same plane as him, the REM pod goes off. It's going off now. It's going off. It's going off. It's going off. It's going off. And the wind just stopped. It's not the wind, y'all. See? No wind and it's going off. Kendrick, thank you. But that lady's right there. What does that mean? All right, family. I don't know what that means, but let's get back to it. So, Kendrick, were you indeed fighting or were you playing? Thank you, Kendrick, for making the REM pod go off. You figured it out, huh? Can you cut it off? Thank you, buddy. He cut it back on. He was like, no, you wanted me to figure it out. I figured it out. It goes off. That lady's right there. Every time. What does that mean? What does that mean? Do y'all hear that? Alright, Kendrick, can you cut it off, please? Cut off. Thank you. Kendrick. All right, buddy. I would love to finish the conversation. Can we cut off the REM pod one more time, please? Thank you. All right. Now, if you just want double, Kendrick. Oh, you really going off now, buddy. Okay, I just got a couple more questions, man. You sound like you really got something you want to say. I would love to hear. Thank you. I would love to hear from you. All right, Kendrick. The world just needs to know, like, so were you accidentally playing with someone and got hurt, or were you really defending yourself and got hurt? Were you defending yourself? Yeah. Yep. Rim pot going off. Can you tell me how many people were you defending yourself against? Can you tell me the name of the person that you were fighting? Do you know the name of the person you were fighting? You said he's there? The rim pod's going off. There was a struggle? Who were you struggling with? Everywhere. So somebody's parents? What about his parents? My bad, so I'm trying to blow a big ant off the camera. So you said something about one of their parents? What did his parent do? You said he played a good cop? So do you feel like what happened to you was covered up? Rim pod. So who was involved in the cover-up? So you said the family? 30 men? So what is something that we should look at to figure this case out? Is there any evidence that we should look at again? Something about the blood? Blood out? So, were you fighting and you fell and hit your head? So how did you get inside the mat? People said that you went inside the mat to get your shoe. You crawled down in there yourself. You said, you kidding me? Okay, so how did you get inside the mat? Hey KJ, can you cut the rim pod off, please? Thank you. But how did you get inside of the mat? Either you fell in there or someone wrapped you up in it. Okay. Can you stop the REM pod, please? Thank you. So what would you like to see happen in your case? Okay. Kendrick, do you like talking through this app and through this REM pod on your headstone? You said you like touching it? Can you make it go off one more time then? He got it going off just like that, y'all. Come on, how do you like debate that? Thank you, Kendrick. Can you stop it for me, buddy? Thank you. So while I got you, Kendrick. Down the wind is blowing. I really hope that y'all can hear this REM pod going off. Like when it's windy and when it's not windy. So you know that like somebody's manipulating it. And it's not me. I'm way over here, y'all. Your boy's sitting down over here. I'm doing this interview off camera style. But Kendrick, before I leave, man, before I get up out of here, I would just love a definitive name. Do you know the name of the person or people that hurt you? If you want to give me a name, I'm listening. Kendrick, do you have a message for your family? You said always miss me? How do you feel about your family constantly fighting for your justice? So you cool with it? Are you tired of being dug up? Hey man, Kendrick, man, you got a loving family, brother. They not gonna stop till the world is done right by you, man. Kendrick, bro, I appreciate you coming through, man. Is there anything you would like to say before we leave? Do you want to see justice to the people that harmed you? So nobody can? Why do you feel like nobody can give you justice? Sound like you said they'll see you soon. Yep. But again, I'm just gonna say one more time, just for clarity. Were you harmed in that gym? Did someone? REM pod went right off. So it was not an accident. All right, Kendrick, can you cut off the rim pod, please? Thank you. So it was not an accident, right? And one last time, I know I've asked you a few times, but I just want to make sure I can go back and hear correctly. Can you tell me the name of the person that hurt you?
Not really.
Okay. Well, Kendrick, I appreciate your time, brother. Love, love, love. Graveyard Shift family. I don't know. That's interesting. What do you gather from this shift? I know it's windy. I'm gonna try to block out the wind as much as I can. I hope you can hear the responses with the REM pod. But it seemed like the REM pod was corresponding with the questioning. Like when I got to asking about who did it, it started kicking up. When I asked Kendrick, could he cut the REM pod on? He cut it on. My nose is getting stopped up now. When I asked, could he cut it off? The REM pod cut off. Again, we don't know 100% who we're talking to. We would love to think that we were talking to Kendrick, but again, we don't know. Based on the story and based on the interview, what do you guys think? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And do you think we were contacting Kendrick? Do you think he was responding to us? Is there any validity to the REM pod? What do you think of the responses that we got in this video? I know I might have missed a lot because of the wind, but I'm going to go back and listen with my ear pods on and see what I might have missed. It seems like we were getting pretty direct responses, y'all. And I just want to know, how did y'all interpret it? It seems like he was saying some people that were once friends or something, I don't know, they were fighting, horseplaying around maybe, and I guess maybe he hit his head on the stairs and someone's family covered it up or something like that. I don't know. Does that sound about right with y'all got, or did I make that up? Let me know, family, in the comment section. This is the Graveyard Shift. I'm Dalen Spratt, and that was the Kendrick Johnson story. Love, love, love. Catch you next time.
Two sons of an FBI agent are describing raids on their residences in recent weeks in connection with an investigation into the death of a Valdosta High School student found rolled up in a gym mat. And their mother says they have not spoken to prosecutors, police, or the grand jury. But now they've talked to Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark live in DeKalb County with excerpts from those interviews that are new since 5. Mark.
That's right. We are live outside the Atlanta field office of the FBI. We are told that is where the father of Brian and Brandon Bell was assigned, though he worked out of Valdosta. But it was another federal agency that apparently showed up at his son's residences recently.
This is where they knocked the morning of around 5 a.m. You can see the scuff marks from the shoes as the U.S. Marshals knocked.
I was laying in bed. I got a bang on my door.
Tactical gear?
Yes, sir, to the nth degree.
It was just like, it's about the Kendrick Johnson case, the ongoing Kendrick Johnson investigation.
Brandon Bell says what he and brother Brian Bell woke up to in two different rental places July 21st was worse than a bad dream. Deputy U.S. Marshals serving search warrants in connection with the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson at Lowndes High School in 2013.
I was just really shocked.
I broke down and cried.
I really had no reason in my head why they would be here.
It just keeps on getting worse.
One might imagine Kendrick Johnson's mom feels like she's in a nightmare that won't end.
Kendrick gives me strength. You know, he was our baby. He was my son.
The Lowndes County Sheriff says after a thorough investigation, his office agrees with the state medical examiner that Johnson's death was an accident due to positional asphyxia, that he wedged himself in a rolled-up gym mat trying to reach a shoe and could not get out.
I would imagine practically every one of your viewers sat scratching their head.
And a lawsuit by Johnson's parents alleges a group including the Bell brothers, sons of an FBI agent, violently assaulted their son, leading to his death.
My only angle is to find justice for my son.
But the Bell civil attorneys, Patrick O'Connor and Bryce Ladson, say the July 21st search warrants sought text messages, emails, and the like relevant to alleged witness tampering and obstruction of justice.
Is it possible you were involved in any witness tampering or obstruction?
No, sir. In no possible way whatsoever.
Have you obstructed justice in any way?
No.
Have you tampered with any witnesses, tried to influence anybody, tried to stop somebody from talking in the Kendrick Johnson investigation?
No.
Where our viewers can look in your eyes. Did you have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson?
No, sir. Nor me or my family had anything to do with his death.
Both Bells maintain they have rock-solid alibis.
Where were you?
I was in class.
Videos, pictures, and theories abound online about what happened, some involving school surveillance video. We talked to Brandon Bell about his appearance.
I was changing clothes before I had to leave for the wrestling tournament that we were going to. And I went in there to check my weight the first time. I changed, and then the shirt that was assumed to have blood on it, that they had circled and said blood, it actually said RLX. It's a type of polo.
How's it feel to get your side out?
Great. Because I finally, we've just been sitting here. Not just letting everybody else talk. You know, it's our time to talk.
Now, a March 2013 document in the file suggests an attorney told the sheriff's office that after consulting with the father of Brian and Brandon Bell, he advised them not to make a statement. We are posting extensive raw video at WSBTV.com, and tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5, video identified as a raid on the home of FBI agent Rick Bell, and what his wife has to say about whether the level of force on display was appropriate under the circumstances. Remember, that's tomorrow on Channel 2 Action News at 5. Reporting live outside FBI headquarters in DeKalb County, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
More now of our exclusive investigation into the death of Kendrick Johnson, specifically what school surveillance video can tell us about how he died and what's missing from it. Again, here's Victor Blackwell.
CNN has hired Grant Fredericks and his team at Forensic Video Solutions to analyze the hundreds of hours of surveillance from Lowndes High School. Although he does not believe the jumpy video is the result of editing, he says there are some other major problems.
Those files are not original files. They're not something that an investigator should rely on for the truth of the video. They've been altered in a number of ways, primarily in image quality, and likely in dropped information loss. There are also a number of files that are corrupted because they've not been processed correctly and they're not playable. So I can't say why they were done that way, but they were not done correctly and they were not done thoroughly. So we're missing information.
Fredericks says that's likely due to how investigators acquired the surveillance video.
Right now what they've done is they have left it up to the school district to define what it is they want to provide the police. And I think that probably is a mistake.
According to Lowndes County Sheriff's Office incident reports, a detective watched a portion of the surveillance video the day Kendrick Johnson was found. Then he asked the school board's information technology worker for a copy of the surveillance video for the entire wing of the school with the old gym for the last 48 hours. 5 days later, that IT worker provided a hard drive, and according to the incident report, the detective verified it contained the requested surveillance video.
So the investigator's responsibility is to acquire the entire digital video recording system and then have their staff define what they want to obtain. You don't want somebody who might be party to the responsibility to make the decision as to what they provide the police.
And after hours of analysis, Fredericks questions whether Lowndes County Schools provided all of the surveillance video from the old gym to investigators.
There is a whole of time where none of the cameras provide any record that I've been provided.
Fredericks has all the camera angles and all the video released by the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office.
There are 4 cameras in the gym that records motion from when the lights turn on in the morning until when the lights are turned off at night, except for the area of interest.
The moments before Kendrick Johnson enters the gym. Look at what happens to the recordings from these 4 cameras in the gym. The time is recorded with the video. The first camera captures images from the start of the day until 12:04 p.m. Then, nothing. It picks up again at 1:09 p.m. There's consistent surveillance from the second camera until 11:05 a.m. Then it stops and picks up again more than 2 hours later at 1:15 p.m. The third camera also drops at 11:05 a.m. It picks up again at 1:16 p.m. And from the final camera, there's surveillance until 12:04 p.m., no recording for more than an hour, then it picks up again at 1:09 p.m.
I would absolutely expect there to be some record of that activity, and we don't have any here.
Here's why Fredericks would have expected the motion-activated system to record during that time. During that hour and 5 minutes, several students are seen walking into and out of the old gym from the surveillance camera just outside the gym door. We count 7 male students, and 3 of them walk into the gym within 3 minutes prior to Kendrick Johnson walking in.
I can't tell you whether there was no information recorded in the digital video system, or whether somebody made an error and didn't capture it, or whether somebody just didn't provide it.
When surveillance in the gym resumes at 1:09, we see just these few frames of Kendrick Johnson running in the gym. Here's that moment from all of the cameras in the gym, although there's a record from only 2, and the camera just outside the door. Notice, the hall camera timestamp appears to be 10 minutes behind, and there's no confirmation either time matches the exact time of day. It is the last time his image is captured on video. For the next hour, there are multiple gaps in the video surveillance in the gym.
And that is crucial. It's a really important time.
Well, it really is the only option to answer the question, really what happened.
And there's no video showing the initial discovery of a body in the gym. The next time we see Kendrick Johnson is the following day when he's being wheeled out of the gym in a body bag.
Do you believe it's a coincidence that that time period in the gym is missing?
Oh boy. Investigators are always suspicious and should be suspicious. And it's suspicious that that time period is not there. So yes, I would be suspicious. And until I have the digital video system in my hand, until I can say, or an investigator can say, everything is intact, this was what's recorded, I would still be highly suspicious of this.
So after fighting for months on a city street corner and in the county courthouse to get the surveillance video, Kendrick Johnson's parents still do not know who was in the gym before Kendrick ran in, nor who, if anyone, was there or what happened in those moments after.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. So what's the school district and the sheriff's department saying?
Well, Anderson, we sent a long list of questions to both an attorney for the sheriff's office and an attorney for the Lowndes County School District. Well, we have not received an answer to our questions from the attorney for the sheriff's office, but we have received a response from the attorney for the school district. No comment. Although that attorney has said that he will make the original hard drive available to the court. And of course, the Johnsons want to make sure that all the information from the school's hard drive was then given to the sheriff's office, which they hope eventually was all passed on to them. And of course, we'll find that out. Wow. Anderson?
Authorities ruled his death a freak accident, but his parents believe he was murdered. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is live at the Richard Russell Federal Building in downtown Atlanta this afternoon with these newest developments. Deidre.
Now, the Johnsons making an appearance here today with their attorney. They have filed federal lawsuit against the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office and the GBI. They do believe their son was murdered and that the law enforcement agencies are part of a cover-up.
We're going to continue to keep fighting for Kendrick because his life matters.
10 years after his death, Kendrick Johnson's parents remain convinced their son was murdered.
We live there. We know how this town is. We know how they'll lie. We know how they'll cover up for one another.
Kenneth and Jackie Johnson allege that Kendrick's classmates killed their son, and law enforcement and school officials covered up the crime in January of 2013. Classmates at Lowndes High School in Valdosta found the 17-year-old's body inside an upright mat. Investigators concluded he died in a freak accident, but Johnson's parents say someone killed him. On Tuesday, the Johnsons, joined by their attorney, filed a federal lawsuit against the GBI and Lowndes County Sheriff's Office. Last year, Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk released a synopsis of the case file, saying that investigators have continued to believe the teen's death was accidental and there was no foul play.
All the evidence that they collected contradicts both the cause of death on the death certificate as well as the synopsis.
The Johnson family disputes the sheriff's conclusions and call the situation a cover-up. As part of the new $1 million lawsuit, they hope to address what they call the materially false information in Polk's summary.
What the Johnsons found was that there was materially false information in that synopsis that could have only come from the medical examiner who invented this narrative. And we say invented because there's no evidence to support it.
And we heard from a GBI spokesperson this afternoon responding to the lawsuit, saying that the GBI medical examiner performed a thorough autopsy in this case and that the agency stands by its initial findings. I also reached out to the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office, and we have not heard back. That's the latest here in downtown Atlanta. Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
All right, we'll see if this lawsuit leads to any answers for this family. Deidre, thanks so much.
Graveyard Shift family, before you go, I have to give you a reminder. The inaugural Graveyard Fest 2024 is October 11th and 12th in New Orleans, Louisiana, y'all. We're about 60 days out. Y'all, this is going to be the best time you have ever had in your life. I'm talking about, think about all the great times you had in your life. Grandma Deb, the second time you got married at the courthouse. Joe, when your prom date went to give you a kiss in the 12th grade, but your breath stank. But hey, you still counted it as second base. It's going to be way better than all of that. Listen, I have just opened up a few more tickets, y'all. Head on over to the website in the description box. And if you want to come down to New Orleans, Louisiana, October the 11th and 12th, and to hang out with me and a few other of our fellow shifters, we're going to be ghost hunting. We're going to be doing haunted pub crawls. We have a New Orleans inspired luncheon and a gallery reading with a renowned medium. Y'all, we're linking up with the real VooDoo Queen herself, Bloody Mary, and we're investigating her personal house, her collection of haunted objects. Y'all, listen, this is a very intimate event for only the few special people that want to come out and kick it with your fearless shift leader. I ain't saying this is our first cult meeting, but what I am saying, it might get a little culty. No, I'm just playing. Come on out to New Orleans, Louisiana, October the 11th and 12th and hang out with your fearless shift leader, guys, and the rest of our shifting community. We're going to have a blast. Can't wait to see you there. Get your tickets now. I only have a few left. See you there.